And today I want to show you how to make a pepperoni roll. And this is something that I make all the time for my kids. It's something I probably make at least once a week. They sometimes even prefer this over pizza. This is something that I would get at Trader Joe's, some dough. And just I was going to cut off the top there, but it's open, so I'm just going to open it up. And I let the dough rise about 30 minutes to an hour. And I take the dough and I put a little bit of flour over the top. And I have my pre-greased pan right over here. And just make sure the dough or the flour is all around the dough so it's not sticky. You can play with it a whole lot better. And then I just kind of move it around just to stretch it out just a little bit before I put it in the pan. And then once it's on the pan, this is a pre-greased pan, I think I already just said that. Pre-greased, and you just put it on, and once you played with it a little bit, you kind of stretched it out, and then it just needs just a little bit of help. And it's okay if you're pulling at it and then it kind of rips. Sometimes the dough just does that. There's times I could grab a dough and I just know as I pull it right out of the bag it's going to be a good one. And then there's times I'm like, it's going to be kind of iffy, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be a roll. And when it's in a roll, when you're doing a roll, it doesn't matter because it hides all the imperfections and it still tastes amazing. So that's the best part. I mean, ambiance, yes, is everything. But as long as it tastes good, sometimes it doesn't matter, especially when I'm just throwing it together for my kids. Okay, so once that is done, I would take one egg, and I already pre-whisked it up, and I just spread it across the top. Sometimes I can tell, sometimes dough, and it has nothing to do with me or the person that's going to be making it. Sometimes dough, if you get a certain dough, sometimes it comes out really great, and sometimes I could tell the difference in my dough, but it's okay because we're doing a roll, so we're just going to let that go. It's still going to come out great. All right, so that, and then this is like one of the best rolls because you don't have to worry about having to pre-cook anything ahead of time. You just grab some pepperoni after doing that, and away you go. You just start to put your pepperoni on, and you can put it anywhere you want, double it, whatever. You're just kind of going to throw it on there because you're going to roll it up so nobody actually sees the inside of it. And I pretty much would use the whole entire package, which is like 6 ounces. Sometimes I leave a little bit because my kids are usually sitting at the island here with me, really hungry, and as I'm putting the pepperoni on, they're throwing the pepperoni on and taking a few, and Mom, can we have some pepperoni while we're waiting? So they love pepperoni. So they will eat it as I'm putting it on. So you can just grab a package or half package, doesn't matter, just throw on whatever you like. Just enough to kind of cover the top. And this one's pretty quick because, like I said, you don't have to cook anything, and that's the best part. You know, just when you're coming in the door and you have your ingredients, and you know, sometimes you're making maybe fish, some kind of salmon or something, and my 8-year-old isn't into that, so I'll tell him I'll throw you together some pepperoni roll, and he's just so excited to have me do that for him. And that's pretty much it right there. Okay, so I put all the pepperoni out on the tray here, and then next I would do, I have some garlic powder. It's just to your liking. I'm trying to think of how much I would say to do, maybe a teaspoon, but it's just kind of just going over it, and it's just like salt, it's to your liking, although it doesn't taste like salt, it's just garlic powder. You don't want to salt that. And then I like to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. This one's Parmesan Romano, and I just do a sprinkle over the top of this. Again, to your liking, but you can kind of judge however much you like. My kids like cheese, so I put on a good bit, maybe I'd say that was probably 1/4 of a cup. Oh. Okay, and so this is 2 cups right here of mozzarella cheese, and I'm just going to put that over the top. And the more cheese, the better. And then once that's spread on, I'll show you how to roll it up. And anybody can do this, even if you've never made a roll before. It's so easy, you just can't even mess it up. Okay, so it's all spread out pretty even. And then I'll begin to roll it. Just take the sides, pull it in a little bit so we don't lose anything, although we still may. Try to keep it in as much as possible. And then it's just a quick roll. And then I take this and kind of seal it. You want to make sure you seal it really well because it can just start popping out on you. So, and then just kind of fix it on your tray however you want to do it. Just make sure it just stays sealed. This one kind of, I can tell exactly when I love my dough. And this one's a little bit tricky, but it still works, and I'm just giving it to my kids, and like I say, they don't care what it tastes like or what it looks like. They only want to know the taste. So that's all set. It's ready to go. Okay, there's my pepperoni roll. I don't want to play with it anymore because it'll just kind of tear if I do. So I'm going to take the rest of the egg, just going to put it over the top. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is put a little bit of Parmesan cheese over the top, and that's just because it just makes it look a little bit better. So I'm going to put this in the oven on 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. You have to watch it because all the ovens are different. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so the pepperoni roll came out of the oven about 20 minutes ago. I let it sit for a little bit so it's not hot. Put it over here. I'm going to just show you it. I'm going to give it a quick cutting so that way you could see it on the plate. It still smells so good. And even though, see, I had those little bit of tears, a little bit in the dough in the bottom, it doesn't matter because it still looks great. I mean, even though when the cheese is oozing out the side, the kids don't mind. They are just waiting on it. And it still looks great inside, and it's so flavorful. And it's delicious. So and there you have it. It's a homemade pepperoni roll. I wanted to thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe down below. And if you like this video, you will be subscribing to all my future videos. And thank you again so much.